Hello, my name is Scotty Ward. I am the Region 4 Coordinator for the NIST Cybersecurity, what's it called? The NIST Cybersecurity Career Ambassadors Program. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the program, give you some information about it so that you can decide whether it's a good thing to do and how to get started if you do. So I am the Region 4, that's called the West Region. I'm responsible for the 13 Western U.S. states. So let's take a look at this. This entire slide deck comes from a single document that I will share later on. I've actually shared it in our chat, but I will share it on the screen as well. It's a single document that everyone is free to download and use anytime you like. I just cut it up into pieces because it has wonderful questions and answers. So this is the Career Ambassador Program. It's part of NICE, the National Initiative for Cybersecurity Education within NIST, N-I-S-T, the National Institutes of Science and Technology. So the Career Ambassadors is within NIST, and it allows us to use NIST's name and say this is a national initiative. In other words, it's not just me talking to your school. I'm bringing information from a national initiative to you and to talk to you about this so that you have a little bit of validity just because you represent this initiative. All right? And how you do it, you're going to talk to people, you're going to share about the cybersecurity career field, your passion for it, why it's such a great idea for people. And I'll mention to you that if you haven't gone and spoken to schools or youth groups or anything like that, there is a very widespread ignorance of cybersecurity. You'd think that kids who grew up with this in their hand, doing this all day long, would have an awareness of how to do it securely and in a secure manner. But the answer is they don't. They're just, I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it. So I've seen this. I walked into a classroom and I said, so do any of you, tell me what you know about cybersecurity. And they were like, it's like making sure people don't get stuff. I'm like, okay. And that's about as far as they got. They hadn't considered whether this can be done good or bad, you know, in a secure manner or otherwise. They hadn't even considered it. And this was like 105 students that I spoke to, and nobody came up and said cybersecurity is this, where you're trying to make sure that whatever's done is done in a safe manner. People don't get information they're not supposed to. None of them said it. 105 students, and none of them had a grasp on cybersecurity. So this is what you can use. You can bring your program and say, this is what cybersecurity is, why it's important, why it's valuable, and share with the students, share with their teachers, share with their parents. It doesn't matter. This message works the same regardless of what group you speak to. So, okay, how who can help and how you can do this even if you're in industry. You can do it at your local company. I'll just use an example. I am in a homeowners association here at my development, and I talk to the homeowners association about cyber safety, and then I also mentioned that I'm a cybersecurity mentor, and now I'm going to say I'm also a cybersecurity career ambassador. So if they have any nieces or nephews or grandkids that might be interested in this, send them to me. Or they could, you know, and I'm going to mention that there's this Career Ambassadors program that they can join. That's it. You have just shared about how cybersecurity is helpful and how to get involved. So you don't necessarily have to get totally out of your area of expertise, the people you know. I call it spheres of influence. You don't have to get outside of that, but just start looking around for opportunities to share about cybersecurity as a career. And oh, by the way, if you ever get your Security Plus, it doesn't show very well on this screen. When you get your Security Plus or other certifications, talking to people, briefing people, speaking on a topic like that gets you continuing professional education, which you must have to maintain your certification. So just something that helps you. So what do? You talk to people. You say, I love cybersecurity and you can too. That's literally the message we're trying to get across. You're talking, like it says, career seekers, the public. You can talk about workforce demand, learning opportunities. How did I do it? What am I engaging in that helps me, or those sorts of things? You go and share. That's literally it. The other thing it says, you demystify careers. A lot of people get started in cybersecurity with the anticipation that I'm going to be a pen tester. And that's just not true. There are a very few number of people that are going to be penetration testers, while you've got all of the other people involved that are going to be doing risk and compliance. They're going to be doing program management. They're going to be doing administration. They're going to be doing database administration. You know, lots of things that you don't immediately think of as being cyber jobs. They're going to be doing it in cybersecurity. So you demystify it. When I talk about this a lot, when I joined the Air Force way back 100 years ago, I said, I want to fly jets. Well, everybody said they wanted to fly jets. But guess what? I never did that. I was still in the Air Force. So just something to think about. Cybersecurity is not all pen testers. All right? And you use the cybersecurity framework, which is provided by NIST, to talk about it. And it's pretty simple. I think I have it on a slide here. And then you also support other programs. When somebody is in LinkedIn and they post about a certain thing, you like it, you repost it, you share to your groups what they're doing so they get maximum visibility, etc. Those sorts of things. You can do it on social media. You can do it on Facebook. You can do it on LinkedIn. I also use Nextdoor, nextdoor.com, which is for local communities, and I share to this local area. It's, you know, a few thousand people, but it allows people to understand that I'm a force for good. I'm out there as a resource for them, and I also mention if you have relatives or friends that are looking for a job in cybersecurity, I can help. Just a way to help facilitate cybersecurity. Why do you want to become an ambassador? First and foremost, it looks great on your resume. But you become a part of people that are trying to move forward, people that are doing things, people that are actually working in the field, people who are hiring in the field, etc. It's much better to approach your job interview, for example, in the cybersecurity field, if the hirer already knows you or knows about you. So it helps you build your reputation so that you become more valuable within the resource, the career field. It helps you engage with the community. You become known as a force for good, which is always good. Good name recognition. They go, oh, Nerman, he's that guy that does this. Anderson, the guy that does this. Kate, oh, she does this. And it gets you recognition as being somebody who is working in the field. Even if you haven't gotten a job yet, they still know you as somebody who's doing the work and somebody that they should know. And again, it helps you diversify, become known, and again, I'll just speak outright. Guru and I both saw this program, thought it was great, started to get involved, and what do you know? They were missing, they had a whole bunch of leaders, and it seems a lot of the leaders dropped away for whatever reason, and this program sort of slowed down. Well, Guru and I both have some time available, so we said, we'll help. And they were like, great. And next thing you know, she's responsible for the southern United States. I'm responsible for the western United States. And just get involved to the level you're able to. I understand everybody has a life and you're working on your own career, but give where you can. Be helpful where you can. All right? And that helps everyone around you. What is expected? You share about what you're doing. There is a minimum of 1 share per year. Minimum. Well, that's not that difficult to do. Like I do with my homeowners association, I put a slide up. I don't care if I'm talking to them about canned peaches at the end of whatever I'm saying. Oh, by the way, I'm a cybersecurity career ambassador, and I want to help anybody that's interested in getting into the cybersecurity career field. Poof, you've just shared. That's your experience. You know, who were the people you shared to? What did you talk about? And there is actually, and we'll learn about this as we go on in August, there's a forum where you say, this is what I did. And you need to do that at least once a year. Not a heavy lift by any measure. Who can be a cybersecurity ambassador? Literally anybody. You just got to be positive about cybersecurity as a career. We don't want somebody in there that's like, oh yeah, cybersecurity. It sure beats washing cars. No. It's got to be somebody that's got some passion, somebody that has some interest in doing this. So, and again, you can speak to any group. It could be a faith-based group. It could be somebody at your local library. You could schedule a conversation at the library. Just use the NICE materials, N-I-C-E materials, and share along those lines. And that is your role as an ambassador. You can say, I am a cybersecurity career ambassador with the National Initiative on Cybersecurity Education. Wow. You know, not just Kate Davidova, not just Twyla Smith. It's, I'm a cybersecurity career ambassador. It will open doors for you. If you want to learn more, there's their QR code, but I've got a few other resources that are going to be on the next page or two. So number one, you can do the QR code, or you can email niceamb@nist.gov. If you do these other things, you don't have to email niceamb@nist.gov. All right? So your homework is to learn the NICE cybersecurity framework. It's pretty simple. Let me see. I think I actually have it up on my screen. Yeah, I do. Let me bring it down here. This is the NICE cybersecurity framework. And you don't even have to learn all of these things off to the left. Recover, respond, identify, protect, detect, and then govern is within them all. That's the framework. All right? It's not that difficult, but it's helpful for you to know about it because that's one of the tools that NIST has given us so that we can share. So here's the link for it. And in fact, while I'm doing this, I'm going to copy this link and drop it into the chat, and then we will continue. The next page, I have even more links. So let's go to that page. Additional resources. Here's the sign-up form. If you haven't yet signed up to be in the Cybersecurity Career Ambassadors program, go ahead and do that. This is the community of interest that anyone can join, whether you want to be an ambassador or not. This is the community of interest, people who maybe just an educator that wants to know what's going on, or to ask if somebody can come address your school. It could be a principal who says, I want to bring people in, but I'm not the person that, I don't want to be an ambassador, but I want to get ambassadors to my school. Those sorts of things. That's where the community of interest comes in. And then here is the link for the flyer that we all just took a look at. I chopped into pieces for our slide presentation, but that's all it takes to be a cybersecurity career ambassador. And I think that it is a very noteworthy program. It carries the backing of the National Institutes of Science and Technology, highly respected, and it's going to open doors for you. And when you step through that door, you're going to be helping everybody that you speak with. So share about how this is interesting for you. You don't even have to, if you remember Nerman's share from this morning, he said, I did this and it uses PowerShell. And you don't even have to do that. In fact, I recommend you don't do that, because these people are still trying to figure out what cybersecurity is. Okay, so that's what we do as ambassadors. Does anybody have any questions before I stop the video? Any questions? Okay, great. Thank you so much. I'm going to turn the recording off and then we can keep talking.